Hey, we're live.
Good morning.
Good
Happy
morning. How's it
Friday.
going? I guess it's like jean kind of shirt day, you know?
We're matching. That
Yeah,
was
see?
totally not planned.
No, unplanned, that's good.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hope everybody had a good, productive week. I mean, it's Friday, so the weekend is near.
I know. Do you have any? It's supposed to be nice out. Do you have any activities planned?
The only activity I have planned is I told one of my daughters it's going to be 97 on Sunday, and she looked at me, and when she gives me this look, it means she wants to go to the pool. So I think the pool is in our future. Yeah.
That'll be so fun. Also,
Yeah.
97 in October.
I know it's crazy, but it's here. It's happening.
Yeah.
What about you? What are your plans? Nothing?
I don't know. I think I'm going to Zilker, which is like a big dog park in Austin.
Nice.
Tonight. And then I might go test drive a couple new cars.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nice. At least you're doing something exciting during, COVID quarantine.
I know.
Yeah.
But what are we going to talk about today, Dan?
We have a lot of things on tap today. We're going to start out with what in the name of research. Then we're going to be talking with Aseem, who is our managing director in the UK office. So it'll be interesting to talk to him about where the UK market's at, opening an office during the pandemic. He started to open this, as you'll find out, and then COVID happened. So he's been doing a lot to keep things afloat there. And then we got an interesting data point around the virtual debate next week. Who knows what's happening debate, I guess. So, yeah. I think the key is to make sure that no flies land on our head. So I think that's the key for this live stream today. Yeah.
I really wish maybe we could get you like a little fake spider to sit up there.
Yeah. What I am looking forward to is the Saturday Night Live skit that's going to be about the debate. So those are always fun to watch. No matter what side of the aisle you are on, they're funny. So they're well done.
I love that. So let's get started. What in the name of research? This is my favorite segment, Dan. I feel like I always learn so much.
Well, today it's a little bit different because we have something interesting here. It's a little bit different. It's not so much a problem as it is a comic. So this comic it's funny. I'll share a link to it in the chat here as well after this, but essentially, this is around bias survey questions and leading the respondent. So you'll see as you read this, have you chosen to drive a gas-powered vehicle? Yes or no? If so, do you feel guilty about the effect on the environment? Do you think choices in life are in any way due to your poor diet? And then it goes on, but you'll find out that it's really asked by cyclists. So they're trying to get data and trying to understand people that aren't it. So it's kind of funny, tongue in cheek a little bit, but and some of these answer options like, do you wake up early to exercise? Not really. No, I'm uninspired. So the two options there obviously are not legitimate, but again, it's asking, it's being asked by this sort of unbiased, party. So or biased party, I should say.
Biased party, you mean?
Yes, very, very biased, not unbiased. You want to be unbiased, not.
Though I will say, cyclists, they're like CrossFitters. They really love their cycling.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Yeah, no, they really do love their stuff. They're passionate about it. So, but I thought this was funny. A little bit of humor to start off this live stream today. But yeah, no, I tweeted this out earlier, so I will share that now.
So shout out to everyone. Make sure you follow Dan on Twitter.
Yeah,
and your Twitter handle is.
It's Dan_QPro.
QPro, love that. Oh, right there. So make sure you like, share, and follow Dan on Twitter as well.
Yeah, do it. I'm trying to be more active, and I'm trying to be good at Twitter. So
I'm trying to be good at Twitter. So
yeah.
First things that people on Twitter don't say.
To be good at Twitter. That's probably what people you're right, that are good at Twitter, they don't say that, but
one of my New Year's resolutions was to be better at Instagram.
Has it happened?
I mean, I don't I do Instagram. I don't know if I'm better at it.
All right.
But the only way in marketing, I think, that you can really understand a platform is by using it.
That's true.
Like,
Yep.
and different things like doing live streams help us understand just the platforms and how people engage with them as a whole. So if you don't use it, you can read all the books if you want, but you may not understand how it works.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Are there books about how to be good at Instagram?
I think there are. There's this Gary Vee book that I'm reading called Crushing It. So I think that's where I'm getting inspired to be better at Twitter and LinkedIn. Yeah. He talks about how LinkedIn still has one of the best organic reach for B2B. So yeah. So I'm going to up my game on the socials. All right. So you're going to be seeing a lot from me.
All the hashtags.
Yeah, all the hashtags. Awesome. So let's bring in the man of the hour here, Aseem. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
From across the pond.
Yeah, I know. How have things been going? When I say Aseem, I always want to say Aseem the Dream. So that's probably,
I'm okay with it. I won't say no. I'll live with it.
Aseem, you have your own hashtag now. Aseem the Dream.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's get it trending. Come on.
That's what I'll work on when I'm trying to be better at Twitter. Okay.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So Aseem, you've got an interesting story. Tell us, kind of where you're from and how you ended up in the UK.
Yes. Well, if you can tell from my accent, I am American, born in Boston, pretty much from Seattle. And I've kind of followed the same trajectory as QuestionPro from Seattle down to the Bay Area, California to the UK, a 10-month trip around the world in between, and caught the bug. So felt like I needed to live internationally. Felt like I wanted to explore new markets. You end up kind of being in a bubble in the West Coast of the US working in tech.
Yeah.
So decided, hey, let's get out, let's go see the world. And then COVID came, and we can't really see much of it, but at least I'm living here. So it's like every day is like traveling and seeing the world, and you get to experience something new every day.
Yeah. Have you had a lot of fish and peas?
Yes. The Sunday roast is a beautiful thing.
Oh, okay.
The pub life is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
it's something that I would highly, highly recommend that we get going in the US. I mean, we talk about the coffee shop as the third space. There's nothing like the pub. I mean, you can go and read, there's space, there's good food, there's fish and chips, there's the Sunday roast, there's good beer, good drinks. It's all here. So except for the weather, but good pubs.
Yeah, nice. What surprised you most about living there?
Oh my gosh. I mean, what can surprise you more than COVID, right? It's like, I don't even know what's up and what's down when it, because everything is surprising, but you don't know what's surprising because it's COVID versus not. It's one of the weird things about moving to a new place right when the pandemic starts is that everything changes. And so you actually have never even seen your neighborhood in like the real light. What was the real traffic like? What were the restaurants like and the cafes like? So I honestly can't say that I was, really, really surprised by anything. There's lots of little things that add up. I still kind of try to get a grasp that they put the day and then the month and then the year. And so that is something that I still need to work on. There's lots of little things like that, how they do utilities out here and administrative stuff like that. But frankly,
that's interesting.
Yeah, we share a lot. We share a lot across the pond. I mean, it's I think UK and the US are very simpatico. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. For people joining, we're talking with Aseem, who's managing director in the UK of QuestionPro. Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned that you moved to this new place and then COVID hit, so you don't really know what's normal, what's not normal. I mean, you probably kind of do just instinctually, but that would be super interesting. That's kind of a social experiment all in itself, I think. And
I think anybody who's moved during this time or started a new job during this time, I mean, it's been an experience. But I think the beautiful thing is that you don't know the other side, right? So in some ways, it's all new anyway.
Right.
So you don't know what you don't have at the end of the day. So it's
so then it's going to be like extra new when
exactly.
You're getting to know a whole new country again.
Yeah, I mean, every single step of the way as things have opened up, it's been like, you get to fall in love with the place again because you see a whole new side of it. So, it's been good.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about the UK research market. How have things been there? I think you were affected a little bit, but maybe speak to that a little bit if you're affected in terms of, projects, sales calls and things coming in, and then then we'll kind of parlay that into talking about market research trends in general in the UK and if it's coming back and what trends you think are going to stay around and not. So kind of take it away there around, really around if there was an effect and are you coming out of that now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the market research market in London and the UK is actually a really, really strong, thriving market. It almost feels like they kind of invented it here and they use it every step of the way when it comes to marketing at every level. And it's a very formalized process, right? The process of doing tenders and looking out at who can help me with certain things. You've got the Market Research Society over here. Quirks comes through here on a yearly basis. So there's actually a lot of good foundations and infrastructure when it comes to market research. I got here at the end of January, and lockdown, I think, started March, April timeframe. So it was kind of almost immediate. What ended up happening, so the way that it worked in the UK was that the government, I thought it was a really great idea. The government basically said, listen, we'll cover 80 to 90% of your salary if you get furloughed. And so what a lot of the companies did is they kind of preemptively furloughed a lot of people. And what that did is it put a lot of the market research projects on pause for those kind of few months from April, May, kind of through the summer holiday, which, is a serious thing over here. But then you come to kind of September 1st, right after the bank holiday. And I mean, since the first week of September, it's just been crazy. Everything that was kind of on pause from before is now coming back online. And I think people are trying to get all of those things in before the end of the year. So it's not necessarily that you can't do market research virtually. I mean, that's the whole point of a platform like QuestionPro. It's more that, people are kind of furloughed, coming off of furlough. And now most people are off. I think it's really more kind of the industries that are more in the epicenter, hospitality, retail, restaurants, travel, that may be kind of still just looking at it and saying, hey, budgets are going to be lost until maybe, early 2021.
Yeah, I think people are trying to make up for lost time, right? I think.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure the UK is not unique in that. I think we're seeing that everywhere where people were off for 2 or 3 months and now they're like, I still need to get my research done, and it's end of the year.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, you come and it's been just so quiet that you start digging really deep, right? And opening up as many conversations as you can and trying to find every little corner where you can have a conversation and get into the fold with a market research project. And then all of a sudden September hit, and I mean, it was just a flood. It's crazy. And I'm just so glad that I had hired somebody right then to kind of come in and help take the workload with me, because I think I just would have never expected it from the 6 months prior to that I've been here and kind of chasing down every single person to see, what is alive. And then all of a sudden it just is like a flood. So it's been a fun last couple of weeks, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, you've had an interesting year with moving to the UK, starting an office, then COVID hitting. It's been nothing but a wild ride for you so far.
Yeah, we like to keep it interesting, that's for sure.
That's right. So what sort of trends do you see maybe emerging in the UK? Like maybe, are there some that you see have been left behind and that are starting to emerge now that people are kind of coming out of the COVID cave, I guess, so to speak?
I think it's a lot of getting back to business, right? And saying, hey, can we get these projects back on the road? I think we are seeing a lot more when it comes to virtual communities, virtual focus groups. I think that's becoming the standard. And I think that, around here, when you think about market research, a lot of it has been traditional on the ground market research, right? Real live focus groups, going out with a clipboard to the high street and collecting responses on the ground. in home, in person kind of product research. And I think all of that is very, very quickly moving online. And so you see quite a few companies and even government institutions that are now saying, we have to collect feedback from our constituency. How do we create a virtual space where we can do that in a structured and a scalable way? And I think that's definitely the big one that we're seeing. And then, figuring out how do you recruit participants and do that online and get more research subjects. I think you're just seeing more and more go virtually and trying to take advantage of these digital tools, which is obviously self-serving. But it's nice to kind of be in that sweet spot, with kind of the virtual product and being able to work virtually, especially at a time like this.
Yeah, and I think you make a lot of sense there around, virtual focus groups and really having those be the norm moving forward. I think that has to be the case, even in some of the companies that I've talked to, and I think we probably talked to some of the same ones. It's like, no, we're closing things. We're closing our usability labs or our facilities down all through all of 2021. So you start to think about that impact. That's a whole year plus of research that they need to do in some other format, right? So I know that's why we're trying to lead the charge in terms of coming out with online focus groups and more digital qualitative tools to help, kind of curb that gap, I think, and really help out. So yeah, I think that's one thing that obviously, that us meaning all QuestionPro are coming out with a lot of these tools. So.
Yeah, well, and I'm curious to see, when we go back to in person, what kind of the market's reaction is, right? Because I think inevitably you start to realize that when you do it digitally, the cost is a fraction of what it would cost physically. But then there's a whole bunch of different advantages, right? I mean, really easy to record the session, do automatic transcription of it, understand who's talking and what the profile or demographics are of those individuals, and kind of then be able to analyze it all really easily. I think the other thing that it does is it allows people to see that they actually have more control over the panel and the research subjects and this kind of community of people, that they can do a lot more studies a lot quicker. So instead of needing to kind of get everybody into a room and maybe do that once a quarter, now you can be a lot more agile. So it's one of those things, right? I mean, with COVID, you hear about this so often that you kind of sped up the digital transformation 3-4 years. And it feels like this might be one of those areas where you kind of wonder, does it go back, or do people kind of stick with the online methodology?
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I kind of think there'll be people that stick with it, and you'll get some traditional folks that still want their in-person. But I think largely online focus groups are the way to go because it reduces costs, easier to recruit people. And then think about the moderator, like they don't have to travel from, city to city and so forth and get a different mix of participants. You can do that pretty easily within the online focus group. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a mix, but I think probably more so towards online focus groups. That'd be my thought.
As the market research newbie in this group of people, I have so many feelings. Like, a clipboard's not sustainable? What? Though I saw like a market research meme about clipboards like a couple weeks ago on Twitter, and I was like, that can't be. That's just like funny. And then Aseem mentioned clipboards, and it made me laugh. It made me think about that.
You'd be surprised. Like, I remember doing studies like it was a while ago now, but they had the clipboard out and everything, and we'd go from different locations in the Seattle area trying to like gather feedback, and it seems so archaic, but it's still done a lot actually. So even moving that to more digital methods, I think would be a big win. But that's kind of beside the point. By the way, I'm gonna coin the term COVID cave. So that's gonna be my.
I like that new hashtag. Hashtag number 2 for everybody listening.
I know, man. Dan's full of them. Every week, I'm always like over here, like, ooh, he's like really good nuggets. Lots of tweetable content comes out of Dan.
See, that's why I'm trying to get better at Twitter. So. Well, I
just missed the denim hashtag. I don't know what happened. I didn't match up with you guys.
I know we're matching. We didn't even know.
Awesome. Hey, Aseem, thanks for joining us today. Any final words that you want to add?
No, it was great to be here. Good to see you guys from across the pond. It is officially 5:30 over here. Time to head to the pub and get on with the weekend.
I'm a little jealous, but I'll allow it. I think that's good.
I'll let you know.
All right. Thanks, Aseem. Always good to catch up with you.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
He's so great.
Yeah, Aseem the Dream. Always good to catch up with him.
Yeah, I love hearing more about like market research in general from other regions. I think it puts it into perspective a little bit, and also still, from a newer perspective in market research, I would have assumed coming in that everything was already digital, much like the internet.
I think what I found is in research, people are a little bit slow to adopt new technologies. I think that's changing more and more as of course, technology gets more commonplace, I think. And even I understand, like, saying that even today where, the internet's been around forever and all these things, but there's a lot of people in market research, I think, are kind of slow to adopt. And I think this pandemic really prompted people to have to use new methods like online focus groups, online qualitative tools. So I see that trend continuing. And honestly, it makes all those tools better, including ours, because we have to adapt as well. So no,
it'll be fun. I'm excited.
What's that?
I said, I think it'll be fun. I'm excited. But I love analytics and data like nobody's business.
Yeah. You're marketing the right product then,
I know.
Awesome. Well, let me share this with the folks. This is data points. So again, this is a segment where we ask questions that are on our mind. We're using a Slack tool that we have that quickly gets answers for different questions. Super easy. This fielded in under 10 minutes end to end from asking the question to getting the results back. That whole process was 10 minutes. It actually took 7 minutes to actually field the question and get the response back. So super quick. I was interested in what people thought around, hey, obviously the debate committee came out and said the debate next week is going to be virtual. Trump said, no, I'm not doing virtual. I wanted to know what the American people thought, if they thought he should do it virtually still. And you'll see an overwhelming 70% or 78% said that, no, he should do it virtually. So that's a pretty good indication, I think, of, kind of the sentiment around him participating, at least in the debate, virtually at the very least. So, yeah,
that's great. And this is our instant answers product.
It's not officially out yet, but we're calling it Quick Shot is what we're calling it.
Okay.
QuestionPro Quick Shot. We like the alliteration there. So,
I do love some.
So that's what this is. Right now it's in beta for us and we can field these questions easy, but the idea is to allow people to download the Slack integration and then be able to ask these questions on their own using our platform. So it's all done within Slack. Super easy to use. We'll be talking about this more coming up in a few episodes here. So
woo, a little sneak preview.
Yeah, this is a sneak peek. So
Love that.
Yeah, so that is data points. Hopefully that was interesting for everybody.
Yeah.
Before we go, we got to plug X Day. So
X Day North America, guys. Angela Culver, the Global Vice President of Marketing and Measurement at Oracle, will be our keynote. And I was just on the phone with her 2 days ago, and she has got some great nuggets she's going to share. It's going to be crazy inspirational. And then as we go through the day, you're going to have a research room, a CX room, and a surveys room that are running on Zoom that people can hop in and out of. And you'll be able to get one-on-one time with people like Dan and Ken Peterson, our president of CX, or even Anoop, who was on last week, and lots of other executives from QuestionPro. So sign up for free. And if you're in the United States or Canada, you get a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm pumped about this t-shirt. This is going to be awesome.
And a little VIP gift bag that I'm putting together for everyone. So maybe we'll do a sneak peek of that in the next couple weeks.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. So October 27th.
Yep. Be there. Sign up. The link is in your comments right now. So
Perfect.
I
love it. Well,
right.
it was great hanging out with you, Dan. Happy
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. Have fun this weekend,
And
test driving cars and, hanging out.
I know. I'm excited. Have fun at the pool. And
course.
I will see you next week.
All right. See ya. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.